Welcome back to the Sophia D Radio Show. I am so happy to have you all here tuned in with us for another special edition. Listen, don't forget to get your Sophia D Radio Show t-shirts for $25. And don't forget to help us celebrate our 13th year anniversary come June 28th. We're going to be a teenager, and I'm so excited. I have, for the first time on the Sophia D Radio Show, I didn't really think about her introduction because she is a very special jewel to me. I do consider this beautiful lady my mentor, my friend. Her wonderful husband taught me in college. So this is how my journey to radio broadcasting started, from her husband. So for the first time on the Sophia D Radio Show, please give a warm welcome to my wonderful friend, Miss Stephanie King Mattingly.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that warm open and introduction.
You are so welcome, because I didn't really know how I wanted to introduce you, and I said, just be extra and real, honey.
Yeah, okay. And it's so good to hear you speak about Gary. He thinks so highly of you and has just been watching your progress and your recent graduation. Congratulations, master's degree.
Thank you. So Stephanie is the author of The Secret You Hide Holds You Back, How Letting Go Sweetens Life and Makes You Free. And she's also the host of her podcast as well, the Workplace Mental Wellness podcast. So we are delighted to have another wonderful star on our radio show, and we are going to learn more about Miss Stephanie. So I want to first say welcome. I hope you're doing well. You look beautiful. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well. I'm feeling really good. Bright new day, and my book is on its way in production. So things are looking really good right now. And I'm excited about Gary because he is retiring. He had his retirement party, and oh my goodness. So we're beginning a new phase in life together. He's winding down and I'm revving up.
I'm surprised he's winding down, because I know Gary, he is full of energy, always talking junk.
Now he will talk now.
Yes, he will.
Gift.
Yes. Miss Stephanie, I want to ask you a question. How significant is the title of your book? Because it really is sweet. Like I can actually get my life back. And yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So Sophia, I did send you a photo of the book cover, so I hope it'll be in your show notes so they can see it.
Yes.
And I'd love to share it here if that's possible. But the title of it, just as a reminder, is The Secret You Hide Holds You Back, How Letting Go Sweetens Life and It Makes You Free. That's the title of my book. And it seems to have a special ring for you, Sophia. Before I describe, what does that mean to you when you see that and hear that?
I think just with everything that I've been through in life is, sometimes secrets can be toxic things. And when we learn that the things that we've been through in life, they're learning experiences. That's life. And when we just acknowledge that, at this point in my life, I was probably doing some dumb and stupid things, but I'm gonna forgive myself, learn from it, and not do it again, move forward. And I can fix my mistakes through the next generation or whoever God puts in my life. And that's your testimony. So that's kind of the sense I get from your title without reading the book.
Sure. Yeah.
And the sweet part of it is being that mentor or that leader and letting people know, you don't have to do it this way. You can do it this way. Because when I did it this way, it didn't work. But if you do it this way, it's going to work. And then when you see that harvest, that's the sweeten of life. That's how you know you're getting your life back. We can't get time back, but I think we see that time coming back when we see that harvest.
That harvest. And as the way you put it, it's like a harvest in the lives of people that you bless. Is that how you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's a beautiful way to look at it. Yeah. That is sweetness.
Yeah.
And you can see that. And so the title for me is just the secret you hide holds you back is what happened to me. So that title reflects the reality of the fact that secrets can hold us back. And there are ways that we can let go of our secrets. And when I say secrets, I mean, I like the term secrets. I chose that word. Some people don't call them secrets, but they are past experiences.
Yes.
They are traumatic events.
Yes.
Maybe something negative and condemning that was spoken to you that is just rattling around in your head. As a matter of fact, I had a junior high school math teacher tell me one day, King, you ain't gonna make it. And I have never forgotten it. It's with me. Yeah. It's with me. And it worked. It tries to work on me. That's just one example of the secrets that I've had. There are all sorts of things going on in people's lives. They may not call them secrets, but they are experiences, things that have registered in our minds and our memories, and sometimes even their wounds on our bodies from abuse. Yeah, absolutely. And the natural way to cope with this is kind of like what Adam and Eve did, right? Yeah. I mean, when they stepped out of line, I mean, look where the fig leaves. We got to cover this. They knew they had sinned. They knew the shame. They were experiencing that, and they tried to cover it up. It's exactly what we still do as humans. Yes, ma'am. Say it again. Oh, I can run a lap in my mind. Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what we do. We try to hide it. And we put on a mask. Yeah. We pretend we're not hurting. Ma'am. We go to the bathroom at work and hide in the stall to cry. Yep. Our secrets are working on us at all times. Yes, they are. And while that is my reality, the secret you hide holds you back. There's research behind that. So when, after I had enough of trying to hide, withdrawing myself from relationships, friendships, work for many years, just at home on my own, working from home, me and the computer, kids at school, just me day in and day out. Didn't join any clubs or organizations. I just closed myself off because I thought I can't let anybody know what has happened to me. Yep. Yeah, I was being held back and didn't realize it. And, yeah.
Stephanie, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off. I want to go back to something that you said. You said our secrets are always working on us. But do you think that's also a part of our conscience, though?
Yeah, I do. Definitely, because I mean, we have a conscience.
Yeah, that's your right from wrong, right? The morals
where the conviction comes in. That's right. Exactly. I mean, so sometimes it may be an issue of something right or wrong that we may have done. And so the guilt comes, we get the conscience, a guilty conscience from it. Yeah. But not everything is something we've done wrong. It could be things that have happened to us. Yeah. As well. So we don't feel, we may feel guilt about it, even though it's not our fault. We may feel that in our conscience. Yeah. So what particular about the conscience were you thinking of?
nothing in particular. I just always feel like, your conscience plays a big role in feelings and emotions. It's tied in there, especially when you're trying to live right. Maybe you have, been through some type of detox or rehabilitation. And it's like, okay, I did this, but then I worked so hard to clean myself or, get out of this environment. And I just had to just taste it that one little time. And now I'm like, oh my God, why? And a lot of times that weighs on you. And if it weighs on you, like, how do you let that go? And I kind of tied that back into your title. So, if I guess a prime example for me, I'm really big into fitness. So I love fitness and I do a lot of fasting. And so I know if I'm on a 60-day fast, no sodas, bare minimum sugar, no, pasta, carbs, all that kind of stuff. But if I really want that macaroni and cheese, and I eat just a little bit, it's like, okay, but you've done well for 25 days. You really didn't even need that tiny little portion of pasta. Like, you put carbs back in your body and you're trying to do this fast for 60 days. And so it's like, how do you let that go? Or an alcoholic, someone that's been through AA and they have sacrificed time, money, emotions, feelings to stay sober, learn how to, not drink so much, to not drink at all. And then, gosh, I had a mixed drink, and now I'm battling. Should I go back? And it was just a little bit, and it tastes so good. But should I go back, or do I have to go back to AA? Tell them the truth. I had one drink. I have these cravings again. I need help. And now I have to start all over again. And how do you let that go as a person? I mean, that's hard.
That is hard. That's really, really hard. And I just want to say, I'm not a therapist and I'm not a psychiatrist or anything. These are, I just want to say that, so I speak from my own experiences.
Yeah.
And I can, while we speak of, say, the chemical dependence, that is something that requires professional help. But when you speak of, like, your diet, when I heard you speak about, your fast and what that mac and cheese got to you one day, the way I have come to deal with things like that is, first, I recognize that I don't have to live by legalism. Okay? Because legalism would say, you did wrong.
Yeah.
And accuse you.
Yes.
And make you feel guilty. And before you know it, you're on the floor crying out of guilt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't like to go there anymore. I don't feel that I have to anymore because, one, I seem to recall scripture saying, do things in moderation.
Yeah.
I recall there's forgiveness for that. I recall that I'm no longer bound by the law. Speaking of faith, right?
Yes.
And so instead of taking that thought in and allowing that guilt to settle in to my conscience, I can take it captive. Wait a minute. If I eat this mac and cheese, have I done something wrong? And I know it's not good for me. Okay. I mean, you can work with it before you take the bite.
Yeah, you can.
There's also a place that says, no temptation has seized you except that which is common to man.
Yeah.
God is faithful. He's going to provide you a way of escape, right? Yeah. So we can take that way of escape.
Yeah.
But the real thing, I think, is that we don't take the guilt on at all. Okay, so I had some mac and cheese. It was good, but that's not the way I want to go. Right. I've chosen to take this path because it's better for me. So I just get back on that path. My mom used to say, She said, her mom said, if you fall off the horse, just dust yourself off and get back on.
Yeah.
And just get back on.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are truly forgiven and you are truly whole and free,
Yeah.
it is not your God putting that guilt on you.
Yeah.
We don't have to accept that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Stephanie, why is it important for you to write this book?
This book has done its work for me already. It's never published, it's okay, because it has done what it needed to do in here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I reveal some pretty deep secrets in this book. And I wrote them there with the intention of publishing them because I'm tired of hiding. Why do I have to live where I put on a mask with you here and then go over there and switch it out for another one there?
Yeah.
And have to remember what I need to project in this environment and something else over there.
Mm-hmm.
I just got tired of it. Because what if somebody knows something about me? What if they do? What if my secret got out?
Mm-hmm.
Whom shall I fear?
Yeah.
Really, what can man do to me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man can do some pretty dastardly things when they want to.
Mm-hmm.
But am I going to live in a way that I'm worried about what are they going to say next? You know, oh, I'm not wearing what I'm supposed to, or I don't look right, or comparing myself to other people, or
Mm-hmm.
I just decided I didn't want to live like that anymore. So I started writing. I've always enjoyed journaling.
Yes.
But this was a little different. I'm going to mention her name. There was a lady, she is a book consultant,
Mm-hmm.
and she's on Facebook, and she encouraged me to write books. She had just started this business, and I noticed her, and I reached out to her, and her enthusiasm was so great. You can write. And so we just started. I said, okay, I'll just start writing. So I started writing about Gary and our whirlwind romance on Facebook when we got engaged, because we used to anchor the news together 30 years ago, right?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, is that when Gary had the afro?
Oh boy, no, that was a little before that time, but we were in New Orleans, and we didn't really know each other, but we did, anchor the news there at the station. And so about 6 years ago, we ran into each other on Facebook and started commuting, and it was really a lot of fun. But it wasn't until Gary came back that something kind of snapped. He brought such positivity and no judgment, because he was around when one of my really big secrets fell out. He was around, but he didn't care, and he didn't judge me, and he encouraged me. And I ran into, her name is Latasha Jimerson, and she's still out there. And if you need somebody to push you and encourage you, she'll do it, to write. And so she kind of got me started thinking that I can write a book. I thought I could do anything like that. So I started. And then she referred me to another gentleman who was really high level brand consultant, has done great work for many famous authors. And so we started working together. And I was working on a 3-part series of books, when one day we were talking and I said, well, Rich, the secret you hide holds you back. He said, what? The secret you hide holds you back. He said, that's a book. I said, you can write that right now. He says, you're on. So we dropped all this work. We spent a year laying out these books. I said, I'm writing that. I dropped everything. And so it took me about a year to write this book. And here it's about to to come out. So the title, you asked me the meaning of the title, and it is my opportunity to share secrets, but to show someone that you do not have to have secrets inside you, rumbling, boiling, eating, pressuring, bringing on the stress and the anxiety and the worry and the fear. You don't have to do that. You can take that thing from back there that you did or what happened to you, bring it out, put it in front of you, look at it. Dare to look at it.
Dare to look at it.
And the instant you do, it will start to diminish. I mean, almost immediately when you dare to look at it. But then you can say, okay, now what happened to me? And who did that? And where was I? And you start recalling the details and you realize, well, when that person is no longer here, maybe. Or maybe something that you thought happened didn't happen that way because you ask around and you find out it wasn't even the person your memory told you it was. But you're living in a way, you're having all of this on you, and it's not even valid anymore. I mean, so you have to take a look at what this is. There's one more thing I want to tell you, Sophia, and that is that in my research, it was Columbia University did this study. I mean, it's up to like 50,000 people now. That was back in 2017 when they started it. It's a study on secrets. And what they discovered is that everybody, I mean, everybody carries at least 13 categories of secrets at any given time. Let's just roll around 13.
Wow.
And there's one more phenomenon with it, and that is something called mind wandering. So what happens is when you have some downtime and you're just kind of hanging out, daydreaming.
You talking about me.
Yeah.
Before you get something, you talking about me.
So when you have this kind of downtime, the mind will wander back.
Sure will.
And fetch one of those secrets and bring it right here in your face.
Yes, ma'am.
And with it, it's bringing all that old pain.
Yes.
And emotion. And fear. All of that comes right back with the secret. And you don't even know what's happening. You thought you were okay, and suddenly you're worried or you're fearful or you're suspicious. And you don't even know what's happening to you. I want people to be aware that secrets are there. They are present. They are with us. And we can let them quietly, silently control us and control our responses to people. You know, somebody asks you something, you're snapping at them. You don't even know why. They don't know why. There's something going on. And for you to maintain your mental wellness, you have to dig it out and find out what it is, look at it.
Yeah.
And from there, you can let it go.
Why is it no. There is freedom when you let things go, though, right? It is. Do you get a sense of freedom? Like the shackles are off, maybe?
Yes. You do. Yes, you do. And I hesitate only because I'm thinking there are different kinds of freedom, you know?
Yeah. I think the freedom is different, per situation.
Per person. But for, I think the freedom is the initial release and relief of the emotion. It's like you get to drain the emotion from that memory. And so now you're not triggered when you see something.
Yes.
Because you looked at it, you remembered what it was. Oh, that's not that old thing. That's just a different person. Why am I treating them like that? This is not the same thing. You can make that distinction and discernment when you take a look at it. That's freedom. You're free from that, that control of that silent event, that secret. That's freedom. That's one form of freedom.
We'll be right back with Miss Stephanie King Mattingly on the Sophia D Radio Show. Okay.
All right. alright, yeah. Yeah. Should've been gone, yeah. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone, yeah. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been gone, yeah. Should've been gone, yeah. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone, yeah. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been gone, yeah. Should've been gone, yeah.
Your boy could've been gone a long time ago. Without Christ, could've been gone quick. Vomino's instead his grace fell on me. I don't know why he chose it. I'm so thankful that he did, and for our sins he rose. Yeah, could've been in a casket, family paying my funeral fees. By the grace of God, I ain't been struck with a terminal disease. When I was bound, he set me free and put my heart at ease. Nowadays, minister to the ones banging like tambourines. Could've been dead, instead got rid of the dead weight. To sin, I was bound to it. I was an inmate. No shame, I spit facts to the ones who could relate. Could be burning in hell without Jesus. That's no debate.
Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone, yeah. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been gone, yeah. Should've been gone, yeah. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone, yeah. Should've been, would've been, could've been gone. Should've been gone, yeah. Should've been gone, yeah.
Chief amongst sinners, I'm racing toward the finish line. Optimistically ignorant, I thought I was in my prime. Transformed by the transformation of a savior chasing me. If I'm really gonna be honest, I wanted to run them streets. Then party in the culture never saw the vulture. Thought I was invincible, ain't no limit to this soldier. But the Lord showed me my heart was lying. Matter of fact, I could have been murdered like several times. Not even trying, drunk in the club, throwing them boys. Nobody knows why they start fighting. Run out the club, all of a sudden, guess who in the middle of a crossfire? Me. And the Lord could have took my life, and He would have been justified. And I never would have been able to travel the world preaching the truth on the one called Christ. I'm alive.